exciting McDonald's WAFL Grand Final at 2:30 on Sunday. Special thanks to our major partners McDonald's, supporting partners AHG, Kennards, Rewa.com, and also thanks to all of our media partners. Your support is greatly appreciated. Looking forward to a great contest on Sunday. There's been an average margin of less than 10 points between the two teams over their 3 games this season. We've also arranged a number of activities to make this grand final a great family day. Ticket prices have been frozen from last year for adults and concession, and for the first time all kids under 15 are free. We've got a lot of fan activity zones happening down at gate 8 and 19, and a heap of activities: live music, inflatables, balloon, twisters, face painting, heaps of stuff for the kids to get involved in. There'll also be some family meal deals and all that to make the day a cheap family fun day, and to kick off the long weekend and the first weekend of school holidays. Of course, we've also got Claremont and East Perth playing in the Ready-Med Colts in the Reserves Grand Final, starting 8:40 and 11:20. It's going to be a big day. Some exciting talent in that earlier game. Waterman, Palpepper, Petrovsky, Seaton, Bayup. Yeah, some of the best talent available in Australia will be displayed here in that morning. Umpires, we've got 3 debutants for the game. Mark Warrabeck, Justin Power, and Nathan Williamson becomes the youngest umpire in 20 years. Also took out the Umpires Award at the Sandover the other night, so exciting for those 3 men. We've got Jarrad and Kyal from Subi, Cam and Gerald. So I'll kick off with you, Scully. You could have as many as 10 new faces this weekend. How have they been coping with the pressure this week?
Yeah, well, obviously the experience of the other 10 definitely helped, and yeah, look, I think throughout the whole year we've had to really draw on those type of players to step up, and I think it's the quality of our club in terms of the players that we bring in. And look, I'm sure there's going to be a few nerves. If there wasn't, I'd be a bit worried and concerned, but they've been fantastic on the track, and we're definitely looking forward to the opportunity.
And Shep, for you, 3rd year in the role, it must be really satisfying sitting here today.
4th year in the role.
4th year in the role, sorry mate.
But that's okay, Nappy. Really satisfying. I think in the first year of full alignment we won 4 games out of the 20. It's taken a period of time to build. Last year we made the finals. This year we're in the grand final. It's really wonderful, and we're looking forward for the people of Peel and Mandurah to come up and support their club.
And Gerald, for you mate, how would it feel to be captain of a premiership side?
It'll be massive, but just being involved in a premiership side would be massive for myself and for the club as well. So,
got to watch a bit of training last night. Cole, how have the boys been going on the track this week?
Yeah, the boys have been good. Obviously, with the fixturing, having the one game in the 36 days has been tough for keeping the fitness levels up high. But the boys have attacked it well. We try to stay as sharp and as focused as we can on the track, and it's been one of the better weeks. We've been fortunate enough to train at Subiaco, and I think every time you get to run out here, it's sort of like guys living their childhood dreams, and they prep up and train with that bit extra level of intensity.
Over to you guys.
Scully, is that a problem, like only playing that one game in that period of time? I didn't realise. Is that a problem for you?
No. Look, we encountered it last year. As well. We had breaks between the finals. So, look, it's not ideal because you want to try and simulate the try and match play that you want to get from a game, and obviously we can't replicate a game. But like I said before, and I've said it many times, this group is very professional for being semi-professional footballers, and that's why we've been able to stay afloat and stay up the top for the last 3 years, because of the quality of people. And this fella right next door to me leads the way. So in terms of having to get the boys up and keep their head in the game, that's not an issue. It's just more about how we can structure our strength and conditioning side, how much match sim we do with recovery to make sure we're right. But like Kyle said, this week's been really good on the track. We've had the opportunity to train on Domain twice, get a feel of the size of the ground, the type of grass, the surface. So our guys are prepared. We're ready to go.
Kyle, you mentioned semi-professional. Are you keen to have a crack at the professionals, the 17 that are in the team?
Yeah, of course. I think it's a great challenge. If they've got a lot of AFL experience, a lot of guys who've played some really high quality AFL footy, and the guys who have played in AFL grand finals. So, it'll be a huge challenge, and I think we understand the level they're going to be at, and we understand what we have to produce to match it. We can't go in there overwhelmed by what they've achieved and who they have on their side. We have to just focus on playing at the highest level we can, and if we're good enough, we're good enough.
obviously you can't be more fired up for a grand final, but is it a sore point that you're coming up against so many guys that have had such professional training all year in terms of full-time footballers?
No, I think it's the opposite. It's not a sore point. It's more of, I think to make it at a level of football, you have to be extremely competitive and you just want to compete against the best. So that's the way we view it. We just want to see where we fit. There's young guys in the team who I think have got the potential to play AFL football, and they want to get a gauge on where they're at, and so do the older guys as well. So we see it as like something to strive for and something to achieve.
Shep, what do you say to people like Barrow who's trying to stir up?
Yeah, he's always been a bit like that. Yeah. Oh, look, it's well documented. We're in an aligned arrangement. We've had many Fremantle players on our list at various times where we haven't been successful. At the moment, the bond is really strong with our group. We're playing really good football. The number doesn't matter, it's the intent that we bring. We're really well led through Gerald, Rory O'Brien, Matt DeBoer and Tendai and others. So we're just looking forward to the game. We take out the noise and we just push ahead.
You mentioned Fred, Mandurah people coming up, Gilbert, that sort of thing. Are you calling on the Fremantle Dockers members and fans to turn out as well to support the game?
Why not? I reckon we want as much support as we can get, and be that from the Peel region, from Mandurah, from the Fremantle faithful. I reckon it's just a matter of the more supporters we can have wearing the Peel colours, the better it'll be for the game. More people at the crowd will make for a better game. I reckon they'll see a ripping game on the weekend.
Have you been a bit insulted? There's been suggestions it could be a record low crowd.
Oh, look, I haven't really worried. No, I'm sure Jarrad would be the same. The crowd's irrelevant. It's the game and what's on the line for both of these clubs.
Shep, how would you describe Peel's path since its inception in the competition?
I think it's recognised, Tomo, that for the first 18 years, Peel were the whipping boys of the competition, despite a lot of hard work from a lot of committed and people down in the Peel region. And the alignment's given us the opportunity to have some consistency despite numbers, and I reckon we're really looking forward to not only this year, but we started last year building a little time in a period of time where we become a strength in the competition. That started last year. We'd like to think it carries on for some time.
For both coaches, probably, how significant was it that you had an unscheduled game here midway through the year?
We lost. It didn't work out for us, did it? Yeah, look, I said at the time I used it as a positive. So hopefully, if we're good enough to get to September, that we'll get an opportunity to play on this now. So, dissimilar to obviously the alignment, they get to train on there. So, I used it as a positive. Obviously, we didn't come away with the win, but we learned a lot from that game. Not only playing on the dimensions of the game, of the ground, but the team that we're playing against and how they played it. And look, and like I said, we've had an opportunity to train on it twice this week. So, looking forward.
Have you studied Matt DeBoer this week? Because it seems in that first half that he was absolutely awesome, and he will know Subi very well. Is he one of their...
Oh yeah, he's one of their keys, isn't he? And I was just saying before in another interview that similarities to Sam Menegola last year. 12 games, nearly won the Sandover. Strong inside midfielder. Now he's on the other side. So, yeah, look, we definitely have to plan for him, and whether that's one player or we put the whole midfield on him, only time will tell on Sunday. But he's someone you have to watch. But he's not the only one, as Cam said. They're a strong side for a reason, and they're playing great footy. They've done that for the last 3 or 4 weeks. And we've had the opportunity, even though we haven't been playing, to watch who we could be possibly playing against over the last 3 or 4 weeks. And they've been consistent because they've had a consistent side to pick from. So, it's going to be a great game.
And how does it work for you, Dukes, with all those super experienced AFL players? You're the captain. Do you draw on their experience?
Yeah, no, definitely. Having blokes like Matty DeBoer come in, he's a strong leader, and having blokes like Mzungu, have played quite a bit of AFL footy, come down and pass on their leadership skills to me. It's been great this year for.
What about during the game? What are you expecting them to sort of lead from the front?
Yeah, no, definitely. Firstly, I want to try lead from the front myself, and learn as much as I can off these blokes and how they conduct themselves out there. So.
Shep, if we just go back to the question from earlier, how significant for your blokes is the fact that you had a game here earlier in the year?
Well, I think there's been a fair bit said about quite a few of the experienced players who have played here, but a lot of our boys haven't. So the 5 or 6 who will play on the weekend haven't. and four or five or six of the younger Fremantle players haven't. So it was an important game for us. It was just to get used to the conditions, and also, probably continued a bit of a rivalry between the two clubs. We know that we've won only one of 3 games against Subiaco, and although we're not intimidated by them, we know we've got a great challenge on the weekend.
You've never played it with this team, have you?
Oh, look, in the actual fact, Barra, the truth is in the first game of the year we had 18 AFL listed players, and 4 of them Harley Bennell played. He kicked 4 goals and we lost the game by 8 points. So we're really a tight. This is going to be a ripping game. I'll go back and say it again.
Jarrad, just an update on personnel. Hamish Shepherd looked a little bit proppy with that knee last time.
Yeah, I don't know where that's come from. It's been reported that just because he's got tape on his knee. We've got to understand the guy's come off 2 weeks pre-season and has had a long year and played 20 games, or 21 games. So that boys get sore at this point in time, and a bit of tape doesn't mean he's got a sore knee. He didn't have a great game in his first final, and he understands that, and it's probably a blessing because we're able to win the way we did without him having an impact. So injury-wise, not a problem there.
Brett Robinson had a nice peck on his hamstring. I think he's come up all right.
Yep, we can play ducks and drakes, but he trained fully last night. He pulled up with a tight hamstring in our first final, but we had done the scan and it came back, it was cramp. He is 30 years of age as well, trains harder than probably most blokes, or if not, probably just as hard as this guy next to me. So we have to pull him back, and he's able to train fully this week, and we'll see how he pulls up, and we'll give him right to the last minute, but we'd like to have him out there.
He's a true premiership player with Swans and Subiaco against a team with so many AFL players. His experience is coming handy, obviously.
Definitely. His leadership, his composure out there in a grand final is going to be critical.
What did Delahunty and Wheeler got to do on Sunday?
Compete. I'm not expecting us to go in there and outdo the likes of their ruckman, whether they go with the all 4 that they've got to pick from. I just want them to compete like they have all year and hopefully give us half a chance at ground level.
What do you think they'll do? Can you give us any insight? It seemed like West Perth went the wrong way. You won't be going West Perth's way. The ruck, will you? You'll be trying to take them on.
Yeah, well, look, they've played Clark consistently over the last 4 weeks. They've rotated Hanneth, or Griffin played 2 weeks, so they had Hanneth in the first week. So they can pick them all if they wanted to, but you'll have to ask the man next to me. So if they do, that's their choice, and we'll just have to combat that.
So that point is Sean Bradley a chance to come in?
Oh, definitely.
So you'll be praying for rain as well then?
I'm just praying that we get a win on the weekend.
Scully, what is it about, I know it's a difficult question to simply, but through the German era, was there what is it about Subiaco? Why have you guys...
We have not just, I suppose, we try and create a great culture in terms of our players and the personnel that we bring through the footy club, and we develop our own. We have a good zone in terms of good kids that come through, not the biggest zone. We have to really work hard to develop those. We're able to bring in good people, and through footy managers that we've had previously and currently, and myself, we identify who we want to bring in. And not just bring in good footballers that are looking for money, we bring in good footballers that are going to be good people for the footy club, and that creates the foundation for a good culture. And then behind the scenes, you've got a strong administration that is run well, and it just flows through, and it's one club, it's not just a team, and we're all sectioned off. And I think that's held us in good stead over the last decade. And our name, our brand, even in the eastern states, is strong because of the people that have come through this footy club. And personally, I've come through here from the age of 12, and I'm an invested person in this footy club, and I want sustained success. So we make sure that we run a tight ship, and we're led from the front from Kyal Horsley as well on field. So I think that just it's held us strong.
Gerald, Cam's already sort of touched on it, but what would it mean for Mandurah and the Peel region as a whole for you to win this premiership on Sunday?
I guess it'll just be massive, looking at how Peel's gone in the previous years, and to obviously make a grand final and to hopefully win one, it'll just be massive. And just seeing the improvement in the team the last two or three years I've been there. So it'll just be massive for it.
And Cam, having Shane Jarrad on your side, obviously it was at Subiaco last year, but now having him in your forward line, you must be excited about what he'll be able to do. Kick 5 in last year's grand final. You must be excited what he might be able to produce on Sunday.
Yeah, look, I think everyone knows Shane's a quality player with some rare talent, and you know, he's someone that we look to having a good game on the weekend, enjoying the day, and hopefully be part of a premiership side at the end of the day. But we know he'll have a red hot crack.
Jarrad, Kyle mentioned earlier you've got guys who are probably pushing for AFL experience. Jarrad's a good example. You've got a guy, Liam Ryan's in really good form. What are you expecting from him this weekend, and how do you handle him this week?
Well, handling him is pretty easy because he's a pretty composed young man for 19 years of age. Nothing seems to faze him. And what he's shown this year is that he steps up on the big stage, you know, against the AFL alignment, or say against the WAFL alignment sides. He has able to step up against good players, and we're expecting him to do that again. He's going to get a stiff competition from his opponent. He's previously had Bootsma, so whether they go there again, he knows he's going to have to play good footy, and he's definitely got the tools to go to the next level. Whether he's ready next year or in maybe 2 years' time, only time will tell, but hopefully he performs well on the weekend and kicks us a few goals and gets us across the line.
Jarrad, given your knowledge of Shane Yarra, how do you stop him this weekend? You might go to him and...
Trip him over in the car park? I don't know. Yeah, you just have to obviously just know his strengths, and by him being with us for a couple of years, we feel like we know some ins on him, but obviously he's a much improved player from spending 12 months in the AFL system. You can already see his running capacities improve, his size has improved. So we just obviously got to make sure we're mindful of him, but they've got 22 players we've got to worry about, not just one individual.
I know you've got a lot of new faces in this team that might be a premiership side, but have you spoken about the significance of potentially the three-peat?
Yeah, no, to be honest, we haven't. We've only spoken about winning 2016, and when we set on that journey, you know, we have 10 new faces that are going out there on Sunday from last year. So for us, it's a new challenge for us to hopefully get that, and then look, if we're good enough, well then we can talk about it in the past sense. But for us, yeah, we just want to get the win on Sunday.
Jarrad, you spent half of your adult life preparing for grand finals. Whatever it is, 12 to 14, whatever you've been involved in. What's the best part about this week?
The best part about this week, I get kicked to the spare bedroom because I'm a nightmare with my wife because I can get moody. But no, look, the best part about this week is it's reward for all the hard work that you put in pre-season, the countless hours that you put in behind the scenes. But for me being a coach, it's about creating success for the players, and having been there as a player, you know what it tastes like. And when you're a coach and giving that opportunity to players coming through, and you see them succeed and get their rewards for all the hard work and listening to me barking orders, that's the thing that puts a smile on my face, because then you reflect on it and you show them what is at the end of the tunnel in terms of you know, all their hard work that they put in. So for me, that's the enjoyment that I get out of it.
Which is better, Rob? How are they different? A premiership as a player as opposed to a coach?
Well, when you're a player, you're in control of your own destiny. You know, you can make things happen, and I can give all the information and knowledge on the opposition as much as I can going into a game. But at the end of the day, it's up to the players to deliver. So for me, I would say coaching, because it's not about you, it's about them. And when you're creating, you know, success for these players, that's why they play football. That's the enjoyment I get out of it.
And is this your biggest coaching challenge, do you think, this grand final?
Well, obviously every grand final that I've been a part of has been a challenge, and yeah, look, I don't see they're any different. You know, 2014 we played East Perth, who were the Eagles alignment side. As it's been stated, we're playing against a side that's got 17 AFL guys, but we rise to the challenge. We're going to rise to the occasion, and I'm confident our boys have done the work to put themselves in a good position to do that. So it's going to be a challenge, but no different to any other grand final that we've been a part of the last 3 years, I don't believe.
Kim, you've got a guy similar to Liam Ryan, if Liam Bell was impressed this year. What do you expect from him this weekend?
Well, I think we expect what he's been able to produce all year, and that's just really good, strong. And he is strong effort, and he's joined in. He knows all the principles that he has to play to, and I just want him to have a good game and have a good time of it, and perhaps he then gets an opportunity at a higher level. But he's been a bit of a revelation this year, and he's been someone who has joined in at our club, and again, wonderful person and good footballer, and wouldn't it be great for him to have a premiership medal around his neck at the end of the day?
Yeah, how much of a bonus is Harley Belling been? I imagine halfway through the year, even at the start.
Yeah, look, he's come off a very limited preparation. He looks like he's top end talent. His attitude's been strong, and he's grown and developed every game. So we're looking forward to him having a wonderful experience in the grand final, and I think he'll blossom into a fine player in 17.
And Shep, do you sense that your Dockers players, they want to win for Peel, but also they want to win for Fremantle in terms of they've had a poor year? It's a good way to finish for the Dockers.
Yeah, I think they just want to win. I can't tell you the exact reason as to why it is, but the want is strong, and we haven't shied away from any challenge in the last 3 weeks. And Subiaco have had a wonderful time of it, and we just think it's our time.
What about the Dockers? Have they said anything to you, the Dockers admin, like Bondi or anyone saying, come on, we'd really like to have a win here?
Well, I think that's self-evident, with the how we've gone about the last month that everyone's in, and we're there as one group trying to achieve something special.
Jarrad, from a player milestone point of view, Aaron Hill and also Daniel Leishman, subject to selection, of course, 50th games for both of those. Terrific effort, particularly for Aaron Hill against his full side.
Yeah, well, Aaron obviously came through the Peel region and unfortunately didn't make it through their grades for whatever reason, and saw an opportunity to come to us. We've moved up this way and we're studying up here. So, look, he's had a great journey, and his development over the last 3 years has been tremendous. He's gone from a player that was like a bit of a bit player in and out to now one of the first picked. And he will be playing on the weekend, so it's good that he gets his 50th game. And Dan Leishman, who came back to the club at the second half of the year, but work commitments kept him away. So we're great that we got those boys back in, and hopefully they can do their role on the weekend.
Your defence, obviously both teams' defences have been terrific throughout the year. Do you think it's going to be a battle of the two defences as to who wins the game? Strong forward lines, but your defence, Jackson, Lockyer, Hill, have been fantastic, and it goes without saying the Peel defence as well. Is that how the game's going to play out, you think?
Yeah, well, I think it's a testament to both midfields. Both backlines rely on how, I suppose, the ball delivery is coming from the opposition, and I think both midfields are strong, so that's going to be a critical area, and then that will determine how our backline go. And if we can't get that right, well, then it doesn't matter how good your backline is, the ball will be coming in pretty easy, and backline will have their work cut out for them.
Cam, from your point of view, with your defence, you've been able to bring in Alex Silvani. Obviously, you've got Josh Bootsma already, Ethan Hughes. Your defence throughout the final series has been a real hallmark of your team as a whole. Yes,
and we're really proud of their efforts at this stage, and I think in answer to the similar question you sent, with Jarrad just answered, there's three battles. It's reliant on the midfield battle to start off with, giving great support to their backs, and then hopefully some supply to the forwards. So, we've both got great backlines, and both got great midfields, good forward lines. That's why I keep going back to the fact this is going to be a ripping game on the weekend.
Guys, we just both asked you, nice gesture by East Perth, naming Coach Shatley and their squad for the reserves. Your thoughts on that? The football family, it's a big day. It's a grand final for football. It's a wonderful day, but that's something that's worth remembering as well.
I definitely think it is. It's fantastic of East Perth to do that, Tomo, and unfortunate incident in a game of footy that he's grown up loving and wanting to play, and could happen to any player on the ground at any given time, and unfortunately with Bo. But the football community's really sort of showed their support, and I think it's great by East Perth.
Well, from our point of view, everyone's united in their support of Bo and East Perth in this hard time for them.
And you just one from the AFL guys. Is the dream still alive? And do you think Josh Bootsma could even go back into the AFL?
Yeah, no, definitely. The dream's there. I'm sure most boys in the WAFL running around now has a dream of playing AFL. For me, it hasn't been a good year, but hopefully playing in a premiership team, is a lot more for me at the moment. So we've always got next year to work on towards that stuff. So, and Bootsy, and he's been magnificent this year, and hopefully he gets another crack at it. And another bloke in Blair Bell as well, so he's just been awesome to have down this year. We lost Leroy obviously this year, and have him slip into the forward line and just have such an impact has been awesome. So.